So you found out who was making these videos?
Yes.
Would you report it to the police? I mean, this is racial hatred. I mean, this is a hate crime.
If necessary.
This is a bizarre story about how Londoners' homes were secretly filmed in order to stir up hate against immigrants on TikTok. A few months ago, peculiar videos started popping up on TikTok from an account calling itself Reform UK 2025,
which appeared to show houses being handed over to asylum seekers and illegal immigrants.
Predictably, the comments rolled in, many of them really racist. Nigel Farage's political party wasn't running the account, but who was? And were these homes really being handed to asylum seekers and illegal immigrants for free? The first thing we needed to work out was what connected all of the houses in the TikToks.
They've got keys to these properties, and they're clearly not living in 10 different houses, so who is actually running this account? And that's where my interest began. So I went looking from there to see if I could find out, where these properties were, and then from there, who owned them. And the only information I had to start with was the numbers on the front doors of some of the houses, and the name of the council sometimes printed on the bins outside. And that made it very hard to find anything, because there's no street names, none of the pictures were showing up on a Google search, none of the pictures showed up on reverse images, they just didn't exist. What I did manage to find was that some councils have a list of every single street in their area. So from there, I found a list of all the streets covered by, I think it was Ealing Council first, and I had a house number 84, and I went through on Google Maps, 84 this street, 84 that street, 84 the next street, for roughly 2 weeks until I finally found the house that was in the video. And that was awesome. My brain was melted, but it was awesome, because then I went looking for the landlord, and I found him, and I was like, okay, cool, let's go check if he owns some of these other houses. And I discovered that he didn't. And I did the same technique again, second time out, this number that street, this number the other street, until I found the second house with a different landlord. So now I'm kind of looking at these thinking, well, who owns what? What is actually going on here? Who is making these videos? And from there, I think the third time I went out, I found one of the houses on Gumtree, an open rent as a rental listing. And that made my research way faster, because then I could just go through Gumtree listings, looking for pictures of rooms that matched the pictures in the rooms in the videos. And from there, I discovered that there were about 10 different landlords that owned all these 15 properties between them.
London Centric sent reporters to all of the properties. None of them were occupied by asylum seekers or illegal immigrants. The TikToks were lying, but there was one thing that linked all of the properties.
But they were all rented out by the same estate agent, Smythe Estates.
Smythe Estates is run by Sam Waterson, a 31-year-old who manages the estate agency from a tiny office at the back of an old factory in North London. Katherine went down there to confront him about the TikToks, and within an hour of her turning up, the entire account had been deleted.
Which makes us wonder, even if he didn't make the videos, it does appear that he might know who did.
A few days ago, I went to pay Sam another visit.
Hi, Sam Waterson. What I'd really like to ask you is whether you were running the account Reform UK 2025.
Oh, not again. It's not us.
So the account was deleted within an hour of the last time someone asked.
I know.
So who was running it?
We know who it was,
Yeah?
but it's nothing to do with our company.
So who was putting the videos up?
I can't really disclose that. It was someone who had attended those properties.
Why were they attending them?
They were looking for a property registered with our system.
But how in that case, how within an hour of turning up here were you able to get them to delete the
So
videos?
we found out who it was, and they deleted it before we even did anything further with.
I'd be fuming at the person who did this if I were you.
Don't mistake my calm demeanour for my inner feeling towards this. Don't.
He says he knows who was making those videos, but doesn't want to tell us. What's strange is that while Sam says it was a potential tenant looking around the properties, in many of the videos, someone's letting themselves into the houses with front door keys. Inside those homes, we found ordinary Londoners who felt betrayed that their personal space had been secretly filmed without their permission and the video used to stir up race hate on the internet. What's more, their estate agent knows who's responsible, but doesn't want to take any meaningful action against the person who did it. If you want to learn more about this story and how we tracked down the properties and worked out who was behind the account, check out London Centric. All of the details are in the caption.